Okay, okay. I think we're ready. Hey, I believe we're ready anyway. Cam, you
Looks
there?
like we're ready. Yeah.
Let me turn you up. I already know that's going to be the first thing. You need to be blaring in my ears for people to hear you.
Blaring in your ears?
Fucking
Oh,
blaring.
fuck.
Okay. And today we have In Memory of Paul versus Illegal Activity. In my eyes, this is Illegal Activity's hardest game they've had so far. So I'm interested to see how they stack up against this. Immediately banning out Andy already with Brand, Aurelian Sol, taking away Mike's K on the other side. Okay, you're drinking for the two of us, Cam, so
I don't have any alcohol. I have a shooter, and that's it.
fucking get it down you then, mate.
Alright, I'm getting it down. I'm getting it down.
I'm a
It's,
water drinker.
whipped cream vodka. Lovely. Oh, I'm gonna
That
need some water for this. This sounds terrible.
that sounds bougie as fuck, by the way. Who's drinking whipped cream vodka? That is mental on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And no subs, as far as I'm aware. No subs at all. Demi,
Nope.
I don't drink, bro. I don't drink alcohol. I'm teetotal, mate. Teetotal. But
Alright, I
yeah,
have two shooters. I
he
have
has
two shooters.
he has two shooters. You got it. You got him for two drinks. Taking away Bubba's bard. I already know Bubba's laughing at that. Hold on a minute. Tell me this isn't a Seraphine Sona bot lane or something cringe.
Between games rush to the liquor store. There's no way they play Seraphine Sona bot lane. That's crazy. No way.
That would be a little bit cringe. But honestly, hey, a win's a win.
Yeah, W is a W.
Bubba, when did Bubba become an ego?
He's
Well,
always been an Negro.
I've spoke to Bubba quite a bit about this. His enchant is no slouch. He just needed the right ADC to unlock that. And Mike has Bubba on a short leash, and they go with Ezreal Sona. Don't hate it. Don't hate it.
Oh, fucking whipped cream. She's nasty.
It didn't sound good when you read it out, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still eating dinner, mate. I'm getting a bit of a late one. I had team practice today, so I couldn't eat dinner. So
Lusad's pretty heavy on magical damage because Ezreal's kind of 50-50 in terms of physical versus magical damage. So I'd probably like to see another physical threat. Probably it'll come out in top lane, but never know.
mm-hmm. With this team too, you don't know who's going top. Bean, I know Bean does not like that they picked Skarner here. Bean has been practicing this Skarner for like a week. So I think he wanted to play Skarner this game. This is me just reading between the lines. So he's probably not too happy about that. He knows how annoying it is to lane of that too. Yeah, as I was about to say before I saw that Skarner pick, the beauty of illegal activity here is you don't know if Bean or Cam which lane they go into. They're both very flexible. They can both play top. They can both play mid. So just finding out what they're comfortable on here. Akshan taking away the Silas. Heck, is that thinking of taking a Malphite here? Or do they just respect Andy Silas? I guess his Silas is pretty good. Not like his best, but taking away Beans, Mordekaiser, and Andy's Fizz. I'm interested to see if they swap it up here and they put Bean mid or Bean's gonna remain top. Spooky Action Renekton.
They've got a pretty beefy front line. I would hope for Red Side to pick up probably a long-range artillery mage, just so that the Sen and the mid laner are just gonna be able to poke down and hit essentially blue side for free. I have no idea how the Ezreal Seraphine is gonna really be able to break through the Renekton Skarner Sejuani front line.
Yeah, it's a beefy front line, but they opt for the Ornn, which is gonna obviously, has a lot of agency. in the mid to late game. You know, you have your ult, constantly upgrading items. Is that a Frakshan Nico?
That would be my best guess.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Bean Nico. I think Frakshan plays that much better. What ADC do we want? Oh, wait a minute. I could have been thrown for an
Yeah,
absolute loop.
I love Anivia's fine. I'd love to see Xerath. Ziggs would be fine. Lux would probably be fine.
What are they
But I
doing
know he
bot
plays
here?
Xerath.
Senna Skana?
Senna,
Senna Sejuani?
people do play Skarner support. Sejuani was Senna. It sounds like a weird pairing.
I have heard about this Skana support. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
It looks like that's what's happening. It looks like it's Senna with Skana support. Is Senna
I'm just
farming
concerned.
or...
Yeah, I'm concerned with that.
I don't know if Senna is going to be fasting or farming. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if they opt for that. Obviously, fasting Senna isn't in the greatest spot right now, but you do get more souls. So I don't know what they're going to opt for.
Would probably prefer fasting Senna, but I think the Senna is probably going to build Swifties plus lethality, and I'm not a big fan of that build. So
Okay. Well, my question is, I'm going to make you go on a little bit of a rant here while I quickly finish my Alfredo. Talk
Okay.
to me. Nameplates off. What team do you favor, champions based, and why?
I like red team. I think red team, it's just incredibly hard for blue side to be able to actually get into their backline, and if they can't touch the red side backline, then I think they can just slowly take them out. I think the Anivia W is just incredibly powerful for being able to take advantage of people misstepping. It doesn't necessarily take advantage of the Ezreal, but outside of that, everyone else can get easily caught out by a really well placed Anivia W. Skarner's really good about that as well. Sejuani is really good about that as well. And so I think as long as they're really good about playing back and playing together as five, then it should be pretty hard for Blue Side to be able to take this win.
Yeah, and Andy's been playing Anivia a lot recently. I don't know the reasons behind it. I don't know why. I think he just enjoys the champion. I don't know about any buffs that have come through, but the Anivia is definitely a comfortable pick for him, and I think he had a lot of options here. You know, he only got the Aurelion Soul Band, the Silence, and the Fizz. That's 3. Brandy, that's good. He's used to soaking 5 bans, so he had a few options, and the Anivia, I think, supplements his team pretty well. I'm just worried about the... I don't know. I don't want Renekton to fall behind. I don't think he typically falls behind in the Ornn matchup. I could be wrong, but I don't think he typically does. And I think you need Renekton. Yeah.
I don't think he dies if they try killing him top side, unless he's incredibly overextended. He could also maybe go Merc Treads pretty early, and then he shouldn't die to Maokai CC.
Hold on.
That might have Thorn.
We've completely a huge oversight from the boys here.
Oh,
could be a Madav Sejuani. He is known, his name, for God's sake, is Sedge Lover, Sedge whatever. Sedge Lover, Sedge Love You, or whatever.
Yeah, did you see where they were positioned in the...
I think they got in the right order. I think they are in the right order.
Sedge bot?
I think it's Sam on the Skana and they're doing Sedge Senna bot.
I mean, Sam has a lot more experience on Skarner, so that would make sense, but pairing Sejuani with a ranged champion as well as a ranged mid laner seems a little bit inappropriate, as Sejuani really wants to be paired with some sort of melee champ, and so the only melee champs in this game are top and jungle's probably going to be playing for mid most of this game, so Sejuani is just not going to have access to that.
A good point from Mike as well. The Nasus didn't work, so let's pick up the Sejuani. Let's see.
They tried Nasus Senna?
They did try Nasus Senna against Mike's Jinx, if I remember rightly.
Ezreal taking Conquer and TP. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's Bubba on the Nico as well. Frakshan on the Seraphine mid. So huge oversight from the lads. We got it so far wrong. Honestly, they're very flexible.
That is fair. This mid lane is just going to be a snooze fest then. Unless Anivia just gets a good pick on the Seraphine, but I don't think that's really going to happen. But regardless, Fraction plays pretty safe in the mid lane, so I don't see him getting taken advantage of too early.
Yeah, Fractions, he's typically one of the most safe mid laners. So I don't know if Sam and Andy are going to be able to abuse it as much as they do other mid laners. Yeah, I'm interested to see this bot lane now. This bot lane's got me a little bit excited. Madav playing the Sejuani. He took TP too, because he knows he's going to get poked out. So we actually have triple teleports across both teams.
Oh, Skarner has Grasp in the jungle. What the hell? What's wrong with this guy?
It's apparently normal.
Grasp? So he's going to
Yes.
try and fight the enemy jungler a lot. So he should be looking to invade.
Yes, he's actually potentially going to be rushing Heartsteel too. Grasp Heartsteel, like, Skarner jungle is the thing people are doing right now. I don't know the reason, I don't know the numbers, but it is, like, the thing.
Yeah, he scales really well with health, so I can understand Heartsteel in Grasp giving... I mean, obviously if you proc it, you're going to get more health. They have a decent amount of 2 melee champs that they're playing into, so they can proc it decently, but again, in the jungle it feels a lot less appropriate than if he was going maybe something like Phase Rush or even Aftershock. I don't know. Seems a bit strange from my perspective.
Yeah, and one of the glooming questions in chat right now is, who kills this Skarner? Who kills Sedge? Who kills, Renekton? Who's killing these frontliners? Because unless Ezreal has a near perfect game and farms out of his mind, abuses the spotlight, maybe gets a couple freebies, and 5 turret plates, who's actually going to kill them? As we say that, Sedge almost falling.
Yeah, Sedge taking really poor trades. I think you can give this Ezreal as much gold as you want. Like, this Sejuani can be down like 5,000 gold, and they're still never going to be able to kill all the champs on red side. Nico optimistically looking for a flash E.
That's both sums from Bubba already, and Sedge can just hit B and TP back in. They're not going to lose out on too much, but TP already down for Sedge is, not feeling good when you can't really buy anything other than a refillable.
But that's pretty much their main kill pressure right there. They're not missing out on a lot of minions because he has the TP and the wave hadn't crashed before. If he tried poking him under tower beforehand and then he loses a decent amount of this wave, that could be really traumatizing for the Sejuani. But right now, not losing out on really that much XP. And it's what's really most important is that the Sen is catching these souls.
And the good thing, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Senna can stack off with Nico's clone alongside Nico. So she can actually
I have no idea if that's true.
She can actually get 2 stacks every time that Nico presses W.
That's crazy if that's true.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Arano saying, somebody message Madav and tell him to dodge something. So, Madav obviously going to have a rough laning phase here. Sejuani laning into these two is going to take a lot of abuse. I think Mike, recognizing that there's no kill pressure in this lane, both in favor and against him, opted for
no mana Ezreal the Skarner is looking to gank. It's not going to work out, but...
Oh, whoa. That's the fake, buddy. That's the fake one.
Let's we're a little bit too optimistic on Sam's ability to catch the Nico clone.
Just looking here, I think it's going to be a slow early game. I think we're in for a slow early game. I don't really see Jungler's being impact lanes all that much.
So the Maokai rushed Bramblevest. What is your opinion on rushing Bramblevest in this game?
I don't get it.
I don't know either.
I do not understand that one. I was gonna try and make an argument for. I was gonna try and understand it, but I was in my head. I was like, maybe he's just reflect damage on the minions. At that point, you're just going Barmies. Like, there's no reason for the Bramble at all. And the only one that's going to be auto attacking you really this game is Senna. So unless you plan to sit in that lane against Senna and reduce her Q healing that He's barely a heal anyway early game. I don't know. Don't understand it.
It's for the 1v1 in the jungle between the Skarner and the Maokai because the Skarner grass peel is just too much. He's so smart.
That's a good reason. That's a good reason to rush Bramble. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would love to ask the question. I'd love to understand. I'm sure there's a method to the madness. Hey, maybe he's seen some Soul Wolf video of Break the Meta episode 1022. You guys remember that guy?
That is such an old reference.
That's
I know
an
exactly
old
what you're referring to. Yeah.
I'm a dinosaur.
You and me both.
Dragon beating Kiwi up a little bit.
Yeah. They're wasting a lot of time in bot lane now. While Skarner's just able to take grubs for free.
Madav just needs to respect this Ezreal, Nico. The only way this game gets rough for red side, I feel, is if Ezreal extremely outperforms, and gets a couple kills, like I said. But I think Sedge walking up... Wait, that's why he took Bramble. It's to reflect the damage on Dragon. Now that's 5-head.
Genius. He's so smart.
Check Senna stacks early doors. Got 20 stacks. Not doing too bad, especially in a double range matchup. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, spooky action. Sorry, you gotta get excited about little things like that because that's the only action we got this game.
Oh, and he's gone.
Oh, that's blue side needed that, and Sedge also needs to be careful. Without TP here, he can get dove extremely easily.
Yeah, Flash is a scaling summoner, so using it early is bad.
Yeah, Senna dying there does not feel good. That's the only person susceptible, I feel. Buki actually, 100 Fury, though.
Yeah.
Good flash.
Oh, respect.
A solo kill. Nah, I love that from Bean. Bean ain't no bitch. Bean will dive 1-for-1. He does not give a fuck. Wave, I believe, is in a bit of a poor state. I don't know. We have TP on spooky action.
TP off? I think he's fine, yeah.
Get a TP, you catch this wave, you can even freeze it, pull it a little bit if you have to, keep the freeze, and then without flash on Ornn, that's an easy return gank from Sam. I say return gank like he's ganked, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, the Skarner so far, 8 minutes in the game, has no grasp for procs. Is he looking for his first one here?
Potentially. Nope. Stacking it on the control ward. Sorry, I'm still eating. I'm so fucking hungry, boys.
How could you?
I know. Still not much going on in this big early game. Andy just looking to scale into this. Bubba trying to go for a play. Andy can count, though. Andy's intelligent. So, I think Bubba's going to have a hard time making that play work on Andy. A lot of pings coming out.
30 CS, mid up 10, jungle up 17, top up a little bit.
600 gold in it altogether, and a dragon. Not hating the position.
No, I'd say red is still ahead. Here comes the Skarner getting onto the Ornn. The Ornn has no flash, no R. R might be coming up. It's not going to come up in time. Nice little Skarner ult. And Ornn goes down.
Gonna be falling there. And spooky action, picking up a bit of a kill. Really good gank from Sam. Recognizing, flashes down. Yes, Bean, you got the solo kill, but now you're in a horrible position. He does have TP, though, so he can TP back in 10 seconds, but still, not favorable. Bubba looking to get out on the map, too. Potentially coming for these Herald spawning. Grubs, sorry. Second grubs. Another fight here.
3 members killed the Skarner.
Upper ult hitting nothing.
4 members killed the Skarner. Oh, Bean!
Oh.
No. That's a clip.
A lot of anti-synergy going on here. Oh, this could be
Goodbye,
on
Bane.
falling again. This feels horrible if you're the on. Big ult from Fraction. Reckless, I think they forfeit this. The flash actually from Andy. They really want this. They want more. Spooky actually
Maokai
needs to be
gone
careful. Maokai dead too. The Bramble did not do much for him. Ignite coming out on the side of Bubba. Will Spooky action fall? Oh, one more tick. That's a scrap. That's a fucking scrap. That feels horrible. Wait.
Oh my.
No. Not the place you should be recalling with single-digit health.
Probably not. It's a bit bizarre that they're trying to take these team fights without their most important member, being the Ezreal. Outside of that, they're exclusively magical damage, so it's just going to be impossible for them to kill probably any of those targets.
That's 6 grubs going over to the side of red side here.
So the Renekton on this side is probably going to be a lot more stronger than the Ornn. Might force a couple members to match him most of the game.
It's 2 plates going back over to Bean though, so how much?
But we're saying that's worth?
No, he's behind so much XP here. You're about to get 10 on this Renekton here. Bean, no TP, still no flash. Just gonna have to concede.
Nivea has to reset, but has TP to come back in time for this drag if they want to fight for it. Likely they will.
I was just about to ask, do you think it's worth fighting for? I mean, the only strong member on blue side here is this Ezreal.
Yeah, but if they get a mountain drag, even one is just so bad for blue side because the tankier red side gets, it's just the harder it becomes.
Senna needs to be so careful here. Good peeling from Rek'Lats. Senna's still in a lot of danger with that low health. Andy's looking to walk through.
Nico's able to get an orange
Huge ult from Bubba.
Oh my god.
Huge ult,
Big
but
damage
it
to the Seraphine.
means nothing.
Hit them all with their R.
Mike could go big here. They need to be extremely careful. Mike can take them all.
Nivea back to full HP though. Nivea should go off.
Mike no flash too. He has to get to this. Oh. How long on Eve for Rek'Lats? Whoa, whoa. Don't make camera. This is where we want to be, buddy. Andy's gonna hunt him down though. Full health. He's gonna look to execute. Really well played from Mike there to be able to get out. But tough. Very tough. These fights are not looking too good on blue side. Bubba getting a huge ult and they still couldn't transition it to win the fight overall.
Bubba getting a huge ult, Fraction getting a big ult onto their backline, and they still lose the fight because the Anivia passive procs and just goes back to full HP.
Mountain Drake going over. Kiwi gonna fall again. It's not going too great for them. I don't see a way of them getting back into this game. I mean, Mike's extremely strong, but who's he? The only person he can blow up is Yuumi. Maybe if he gets, I don't know. I think I'm coping. A lot.
Yuumi, oh my god, why are they Senna, Boots of Swiftness, Serrated Dirk? You hate to see it.
What build do you think the Senna should be going this game?
Should have Merc Treads, Wits End, Bork. That's probably all the gold they'd get before the game's over. Because I don't know how that Senna dies, and the Senna's just going to output so much more damage.
Bramble check?
Pushback.
I got you on the Bramble check.
Which one?
59 on this one.
59.
Yeah. There you go. There's your 2 Bramble checks. Senna check, I got you. 45 stacks. Into double range.
It's unfortunate.
Into double range, I don't hate it. Especially given how strong the Ezreal is. Oh no, Madav. The shield gonna come through. Heal. Madav, why are you walking back up?
Garner looking for a gank here behind the Ezreal and the Nico.
I don't know about this one. Mike's extremely
Maybe
strong.
get the Nico? Oh, there's a TP out from the Ornn.
Oh,
There's a TP in
Senna.
response from Renekton.
Oh,
You
Senna.
misclicked the menu, but it doesn't matter.
Bean gonna fall once again, I think. Senna gonna be able to just walk away from this. Okay. This is... I think that's game.
I mean, I think it's been game since Champ Select, but...
Bean's on tilt. Now, I've gotta, you know, I don't want to throw any excuses out there, but you got Mike coming off of work, hasn't been able to play for a few days. Bubba went to a shotgun wedding. I think a little bit of rust is showing. I don't know what excuse I can make for Kiwi. Don't know him personally. Haven't heard much about his life, but we're just going to say he's been busy doing charity work. So...
He was trying his best.
Yeah, good guy Kiwi has been busy doing charity work. Hasn't been able to, you know, grind out the League of Legends. Good guy Kiwi. I respect. I
Big guy
applaud you.
Kiwi.
I actually applaud you. Do you think there's a way back in the game for Blue Side here? At all? No?
No.
Even if you think Red Side play extremely poorly, you don't think they can win?
Okay, I think if someone finds the internet provider for Andy, then there's a way. But outside of that, probably not.
So it's a dox angle, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a DDoS angle.
Okay. I believe Bubba knows where Andy lives, so there's potential that Bubba could make a play.
I'm interested in that sort of a play.
Sedge, willing to hold the ult here. Really willing to hold the ult. Don't want to overcommit for it. I like that he's respecting it. I think there's an angle where he just kills him there, though.
Yeah, they're probably just respecting the missing bodies on blue side, and there's no point in necessarily over chasing, as they can just easily take advantage of their current position and push it as hard as they can later into the game.
And they probably save ult for a more priority target, maybe something like Mike. See if we can... He would just walk at him and smite and say, fuck you, that's mine.
Oh, he didn't get it, though.
He didn't get it. He didn't smite it. He tried to smite it. Some might try and smite this away from him, too.
Nico flash.
Good flash by Andy. Bubba getting Andy's flash here is extremely good. Oh. Oh.
There's Maokai going very wide. Skarner onto the Ornn.
Just gonna take the on here.
Big Nico R.
Huge ults all around. Bubba making some plays.
20 flashes out still. Renekton has to flash out. Maokai gonna fall soon, maybe?
There should be Maokai dead. Yeah. Some huge ults again coming out from blue side. They're playing these fights as best as they can. You know, Bubba is getting some incredible counter engages, and same to be said for Fraction. But like you say, they just lack the damage with this Ezreal pick. And Bean is... I don't know. I don't know how to say what's going on with Bean in a nice manner, so I'm not going to say it at all. My mama once told me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. My lips are sealed. Nice try, Bean. We'll say nice try.
Nice try, Bean. Yeah.
Ranos, we can't. I'm...
Oh.
Mike falling would be horrible for this team.
So they picked on Seraphine? Yes, they do.
Oh. And it's going from bad to worse. Sam coming in. I think Kiwi falls here too. Then W goes wide. Does not matter at all. And this is now Red Side's jungle. Wait. TP to tier 1 here to try and save tier 2. I don't think you can save this. I think that's just a wasted TP.
Yep. But to be fair, I mean, Ezreal TP doesn't have that much value. Oh my goodness, here comes Skarner trying to kill the Ornn again. The Ornn has Tab Eyes instead of Merc Tread, so he's not going to be able to reduce that. The Skarner's going to be taken down by the Ezreal. The Ornn's still walking through the Anivia ult. He gets hit by the Anivia Q. The Ezreal gets hit by the Anivia Q.
I'm just going to walk it out, though. Oh, Flash Bend at least. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. We got a game on our hands.
Yeah?
A wise man once told me TP is a crutch for bad players.
Oh, it's TP. That's a crutch for bad players?
No, every summoner spell. I've heard heal, I've heard ghost, I've heard... Yeah. I'm hearing it all. This is the all note you wanted though. Canceling the wait, Bean, relax, Bean.
This man does not care.
Bean just wanted to hit an ulti. That's what that was right there. He just wanted to hit one.
Getting some confidence back in top lane. Love to see it.
Kiwi finished the Fawn mail. Still sitting on the Warden's mail.
Yeah, Thornmail first item into Skarner and Nivea Sejuani is a bit interesting.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Yumi's got to be careful here. That's a fed Ezreal, my friend. We're not at 45 minutes yet. You don't get to do that as Senna. Ooh, that's some damage coming out from Reckless and Andy, though.
Skarner picked off. The Renekton has no
dead.
flash here. Skarner's taking down before his ult's able to go off. The Sejuani's trying to jump in. The Renekton's able to take down the Ezreal and maybe the Maokai as well. Oh, if the Ezreal doesn't die there, they could potentially look for Baron. That was such a big fight for them.
Bean was able to pick off Madav in the back there as well, so it's only Andy alive for red side. That's what blue side needed. They needed something like that.
Yeah, it's just incredibly unfortunate that Renekton was able to take down the Ezreal, as they will not be able to do the Baron, as they just don't have the damage for it.
This Senna needs to recognize she's not that strong. She can take a 2.5 item 1v1 with Ezreal. Senna getting extremely overzealous. Huge gold swing though.
Opportunity into rapid fire cannon. Oh my god.
Keep waffling. I'm eating. Keep waffling. Say something.
And Nivea has Swifties for some reason. Why not just go Merc Treads? He's building Landry's next. I mean, I swear it should be 5 Merc Treads this game. The Sejuani has Tab Eyes. The only person that's going to be hitting with auto attacks is the Ezreal. It's a little strange. And it looks like the Ornn is going Jack Show second item, but that'll probably be the last time he's ever able to build, as they probably have to fight together most of these fights so that they're able to actually have a chance at winning. Yes, that's just no MR into Maokai, Seraphine, and Nico. That's a bit concerning, but it's fine. At least he built Tab Eyes instead of Swifties. That's the only plus that I can say about his build.
I don't think the Frozen Heart has a lot of value here. I think Ezreal's going to be playing at range. I don't think he's going to be autoing all that much. I think he's just spamming Q. I don't think he's able to walk up close enough to auto without getting punished by, Renekton, Skarner, Sejuani, and Anivia. So I think the Frozen Heart is a huge oversight. But I understand why he did it. This isn't me flaming him. I understand why he did it. He didn't want to, keep running it down to Ezreal, so he just built something that he knows is going to make him tanky. And then he's turning a Baron here. I don't think there's anything blue side could do. They don't have any vision on it. I'm sure they're aware it's happening. They're just going to trade it for gold. Look for the tier 1 here. Potentially look to burst this dragon down immediately. Try and put themselves on soul point. Red side, I don't think you can get here quick enough. Maybe if Renekton causes
play
issues.
For the fight afterwards. They have a really hard time getting out. The Ezreal ease into the Renekton. The Ezreal no E for a little bit is really important. The Anivias, they're all coming from above, but they should be able to walk out from below. Skarner can go through the wall, though. Anivia flashes in. There's Maokai R. There's a huge Skarner ult onto 3 members. Stuck in the Anivia ult.
Oh, that is incredible. Hopefully they live here. They nearly get 3 return kills. Bubba might want to chase this. No. Bubba and Fraction putting their losses. Andy looking for tier 1.
Low. Eco flashing in. Gets the Sejuani. Anivia's pretty low. This is from the Renekton.
Bubba is on point with this Nico. So many incredible ultimates coming out from Bubba to just set his team up.
Yeah, Bubba's engages have been really, really good. They might be able to take down the Renekton.
They were not going to fall. Andy might be dead.
Anivia has no flash. There goes his passive.
Spooky actually looking to be a body.
They should be able to take down the Anivia as well. Huge team fight. Senna flashes away.
Oh! We're nearly getting the second Ornal. And that's unfortunate. Spooky actually needs to recognize there's no saving Andy at that point. You just need to get gone. I know I probably would have done the same, given the fact that Andy had 1,000 gold shut down. 1,000 gold going over to Ezreal.
That is absolutely gigantic.
Got
As
the-
he did not have his last Whisper item yet, and now he's damn close to having it.
He's got his last he's looking for this LDR here, and then he is going to start shredding these frontliners. At least for a little bit until they get more gold. We got a game. It's not as easy as we thought.
It looked pretty completed. But yeah, Blue team has just been taking advantage of Red team mispositioning in a few fights and just winning through pure numbers advantage and making good trades in terms of, for example, the last drag that they traded. Now they're on Soul Point, trading it for Baron that they knew they had to give. So just pretty good macro decision so far. At least in this part of the stage of the game.
And this Ezreal is nearly 2,000 gold clear of anybody else in the lobby right now. His counterpart in the bot lane, Madav, he is 6,000, sorry, clear. Almost.
Yeah, Ezreal on 4 items is exactly what Blue side needs to be able to win this game. As long as the Seraphine and Nico can still get these huge engages that they're getting, then Blue team certainly has a way back into this game.
Yeah, and that's the saving grace from Blue side right now. Kiwi may fall again, has the flash, no, he's just going to save it. Not like he could move anyway, but...
The most important team fight that's coming up is around Soul in 2 minutes, so as long as he's up for that, that's what's most important. Because Ezreal with this Soul would be absolutely huge.
Being taking a bit of damage there from Andy. Andy, as the Leandry's finished, working on this
Sedge
fight.
is exactly 5k gold down, and I still think they can win. Yes.
Stack check. We got 101 on Senna, which is good at this point in the game. She's attacking from range. I mean, you see her over here hitting this turret. Incredible. Grasp? Let's take a look at the Grasp here. How do I view this? The Grasp has been used 16 times from Recklets. Hornmails. Yeah, not as bad as I thought. Horn's reduced. I guess that makes sense. Horn's been in all these fights.
And he's been fighting the Renekton a lot more 1v1 to reduce that.
Andy, fast approaching, not fast approaching, just fresh 17. Gonna be level 18 here, not too long. But the saving grace from blue side here too is Seraphine really good at counter sieging. Ezreal clear waves from afar, especially with his ult and his Q poke. Nico also aids in that. So they can clear these waves. So they can stall the game out for a little bit. Like you say, this is the all-important fight. This dragon in 30 seconds. They need this soul. Sam needs to get down there ASAP. I assume he's getting red for his team, and I hope that gets him his item. It gets him a Thorn Mail. He's going to be reducing a lot of healing from this Seraphine, from Maokai. This fight is the most important of the entire game. For both teams. If red loses, it puts him in an extremely bad position. And if blue wins, they're in... If blue lose, I think it's game ending.
If this fight goes long enough, then it's possible that the team that wins this team fight is able to take Baron immediately after taking Drag.
And I like what Spooky...
Fight.
I love what Spooky Action's doing here. He's trying to get the wave in, so if they win this fight, they can run down mid. Mike spots it and tries to answer it.
4v4 without the Ezreal. The Renekton's holding off the Ezreal from being able to get to this fight. Good poke onto them beforehand. The Renekton's able to chunk down the Ezreal a little bit. The Ezreal has to flash out. Pretty decent Skarner ult on the Ornn. Seraphine are whiffs.
Spooky Action looked at re-engage. Nico sadly only gets the one. Spooky Action's running amok behind this wall. They just need to cut their losses and get out. Try again in 5 minutes.
Spooky Action absolutely destroys the team fight 1v9 essentially by first taking out the Ezreal and forcing the Ezreal to use his flash, getting the Nico to only ult him exclusively, the Seraphine too far away to be able to actually ult onto the team, and just really well played by him.
And that feels so bad. I mean, really good macro decisions from Spooky and Mike. It just went so much more in favor of red side here. Spooky wanted to push out the mid wave there, so if they win the fight, they could just run down mid and secure an inhibitor. Mike tried to answer it and got himself chunked to like 10% HP before the fight had even started. So that goes Baron.
Just not respecting the... Oh my god, they pick up the Senna. Yeah, Mike just not respecting the Renekton damage.
Sam is... I'm gonna press W and shield damage does not count to stop that, so... Really risky from Sam. I think he could have just walked out, but fair play. Style points is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That goes Baron. This... What I mentioned earlier about them being able to shove waves, that doesn't really apply when it's Baron minions. Sejuani has a harder time... Seraphine has a harder time clearing Baron minions.
Yeah, clearing Baron minions as a team that's almost entirely AP is just incredibly hard. But red team does have a very poor siege, so it is possible that blue can hold off, but I'd like to see the red side look to use potentially the Anivia wall to force off blue team from being able to contest.
They have a poor siege outside of Anivia, and I think the Senna also gives them a hard time to siege just because of the sheer range that she has. So I think there's playability here for them to just sit and siege turrets.
Anivia walking between top and mid. I'd like to see the Anivia just commit to mid with the 3 others once this next wave comes in.
It's tier 2 drop in, a Renekton in the top lane. I would love to have seen somebody on the reset fix this bottom wave. Try and get this bottom wave in.
Maokai caught out a bit.
Kiwi, look, he might struggle. Forces his own ult out. The Twisted Advance. That one goes out of Paradox right there. This guy knows every ability in the game. Bean headbutting a wall or his own Q.
If he catching up the Nico.
Another good pick here from Andy.
Watch out. Or now Sedge goes a little bit too far. Or an R onto the Skarner only. The Nivea's walked up a little far, but he has his flash. Ornn has flash out. Renekton poking down on the top turret.
Inhibitor turret top, nearly falling. The Sejuani there, I feel like, goes way too deep. I think the only thing you have to do is press R. Just ulti the Nico that's in there. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way. Just sit behind your Anivia that's just destroying everybody while your Renekton's just pushing top.
Yeah, they're just trying to play a little too quick. Maybe a little bit anxious from seeing how far ahead the Ezreal is in terms of the rest of the members in this game. And trying to force a little bit too much. But all they really need to do is just play back to their carries.
Yeah, and Bubba no flash is kind of rough for this next fight. He's kind of banking on them walking into him and him being able to get a good... Just fucking out. Proto Belt? Arrow pack, yeah. On item. Good one. Whatever. Might need to be careful here. Andy's starting to get some AP. Got the Malignants now. He's got the Liandry's. I think he's looking for Rabadons or Zhonya's. How much AP is he sitting on? A good question. 500.
Well, probably prefer Rabadons.
Yeah, I think he needs a bit more AP to help facilitate a one-shot here over on the squishies of illegal activity.
He doesn't have Magic Pen, though, which is a bit concerning, as they do start to gain a little bit more magic resist. Might be a little harder to kill these Maokai and or Ornn targets.
Yeah, I think he's hopefully going to sell his boots and swap them for socks. Yumi poking out Kiwi a little bit there. Andy looking to walk up. Nice Nico.
Okay, super chunked Renekton looking for a flank. Ezreal jumps into the Renekton. The Renekton has to run away.
Renekton might be able to one-shot, though. Kiwi almost falling. This looks like it could be another dragon going over to the side of red side here.
Nico caught out.
And
The
he's
Ezreal pokes down the Anivia. The
huge
Ezreal's caught out
Seraphino.
by the Skarner.
Oh, that's a huge Seraphino
kill.
follow up by Nico again. Andy getting caught out. Andy getting a little bit too overzealous there, thinking he can walk up to try and zone them off while they do dragon. And that's going to be Soul going over to illegal activity here. Huge throw coming out from In Memory of Paul. Yeah, Andy's still having flash up as well. Never feels good.
Yeah, just a little too far forward.
That
Wow.
feels bad if you're In Memory of Paul. That's... I don't want to say they're on the back foot, sorry, because they are still 3k ahead, but at least an inhibitor falling here, I feel.
Yeah, Hextech Soul on Ezreal and Seraphine is going to be pretty challenging to be able to walk into, as they can easily poke them down as they have control over this area around Baron, and Red Side will eventually have to walk into them. Garner Senna making this slow little walk together. It looks like they've been spotted, but they're waiting for the Sejuani to walk a little bit farther forward. They pick up the Sejuani. Immediately, the Anivia is falling behind. What the fuck? The Sejuani is still alive. Maokai falls down. Ezreal's caught out by the Skarner ult.
They have the damage. Big flash from Renekton as well. Seraphine ult coming out, but it ain't going to do too much. Rek'Lat's pushing into the Anivira wall.
Oh.
Rek'Lat's not going to fall. They don't have waves to be able to get this in as well. All the waves from blue side are being managed extremely well.
What a humorous fight. They wait in the bush for someone to walk up. The Sejuani walks up. The Sejuani tanks almost all of their damage and gets away with 1 HP because they don't know how to focus targets.
This is going to be the
Very
world's slowest
strange.
Baron.
Now that Anivia's here, it should be a bit faster.
We got 2 beefcakes just wailing on this, just taking damage.
Love seeing the Knight's Vow from the Sejuani. Thank goodness he's putting on the Anivia as well.
Recognizes his position in this game. No, he's playing on a budget. This guy is playing on a huge budget this game. He was starved during the laning phase. Recognizes he doesn't have much gold. Goes for the very cheap Frozen Heart and very cheap Knight's Vow. And then picking up the Bramble to try and cut some of this healing. They seem extremely concerned with the healing of this Seraphine. They don't seem all that concerned in terms of magic damage. There's not a single MR item in sight on the side of In Memory of Paul.
Outside of Merc Treads on the Skarner and Renekton, it is quite concerning that they did not realize that Blue Side's team is mainly magical damage, but it's fine.
I guess Ezreal is the huge damage threat here, so that's their main priority. They just want people to be able to tank his damage. They don't really seem to care about the Seraphine Nico. Kiwi caught out once again. And that's huge.
Keeping a little bit early.
With the Twisted Advance down, they could definitely siege this a lot easier than they did last time.
Ezreal should be able to take down this cannon minion as long as
gonna
it's
stand in
block it.
front of
Oh, never mind. Ezreal takes it down.
But they got another one.
Anivia should be able to ult and stop them from touching the minions.
I think
it's just so hard with this Hextech Soul.
I think we slow this down. Renekton's pushing in. Kiwi's still down for 20. Somebody's got to answer Renekton. Now you look to push it in. You see the Ezreal top. This is where you want to get this.
They need to sync up their waves. Right now they're incredibly desynced. The Ezreal's able to pick up the top wave and then pick up the mid wave. But one of these towers should fall down eventually.
Andy walking up. Senna should be able to finish that turret off huge. Sejuani's too low. You guys got what you wanted. You got the inhibitor turret. I think we need to slow down here.
You can flash into the Anivia.
Andy with no flash. Gonna get egged.
Huge Seraphine ult onto everyone. Oh, they wiped their team. Are they going to be able to end the game off that?
Again. This has happened twice. That might be game ending. That might be the game. 50-second death timers. That hurts if you're In Memory of Paul.
And Ezreal has TP, so he can join up with his team.
Andy has been caught out twice in the same manner. Bubba, recognizing no flash on Andy, immediately pulls the trigger with a huge Seraphine ult to follow too. That is heartbreaking.
Absolutely. They were up so much. They had so much control over this game, and they get caught over and over and over again, and they get punished for it.
Yeah, might have in 2 seconds. Not going to mean anything. They're just going to hit the Nexus. And I said it. The only way I saw them losing this game was Ezreal getting fed. And he got so fed. What I didn't account for is Bubba and Fraction played incredibly. Every ult hit. Look at the damage coming out of Mike. 91,000. That's an incredible performance coming out from Ezreal. As much as I hate gassing that lizard up, he played phenomenally. Phenomenally? Say that word for me real quick.
Nominally.
Yeah, see, even you struggled. That shit was difficult. That's like
yeah, because you said don't struggle, bitch.
That's like that fucking anemone shit from Finding Nemo. Crazy. Anyway, yeah. That
okay.
I that's gotta sting. There's plenty of clips circling around already from that on performance. But yeah, anyway, the saving grace of Blue Side there, illegal activity. Without it goes unsaid, Bubba smurfed that game. Shotgun Wedding, minimal games, does not fucking matter. Bubba and Fraction's ults let Mike play however he wanted to. Yes, Mike dished out a fuck ton of damage. Yes, he played incredibly well. But without Bubba and Fraction playing as well as they did, that game is unwinnable in my eyes.
Yeah, it looks like Bubba actually brought Andy to the Shotgun Wedding and had his way with him. So that was
Andy was
on top
+1
of him every single time. It was his +1, or maybe he was the Shotgun Wedding was between the two of them. It looked a little more intimate than it should have been. I would have thought that it would be incredibly hard for the Nico to be able to get onto the Enigma like that, but he was able to figure out how to do it every single time.
They was impatient. That was the problem there. They got the turret. All you gotta do, you've broke the base. The base is open. Reset. Just reset. Go again. That's the only way you lose that game is stepping up, overcommitting, and that's exactly what Andy did, and he was punished by Bubba. Really well played from Bubba to sniff that one out.
Yeah, but it wasn't even one time that happened. That happened time and time again.
Numerous times. Yeah, it led to the Hextech Soul, which again made it extremely hard.
Yeah, even after Spooky Action had played the Hextech Dragon, that was the first soul point for them so well that it's just so frustrating.
Banger anyway. Banger of a game. Banger first game. Very back and forth.
Absolutely.
Both teams running it a little bit, keeping it interesting. Really well played from both teams. And I would love to see the traditional bot lane from In Memory of Paul. Drop the Nasus. Drop the Sejuani. Madav's had very good games on traditional ADCs. Both times he's picked something extremely unconventional. It has not worked. Talk about it, bans. I gotta finish this food, man. So hungry.
I'm away from my keyboard.
You are?
Yeah, what did they ban so far? Probably Asol, maybe Caitlyn.
Wait, do you need a stream? What happened?
No. I'm just. I was doing something else. Okay, I'm back.
You guys running around the fucking house, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah. Caitlyn, Lucian, Bard, Brand, Seraphine, Asol. So they thought the Seraphine was more of a problem than a Nico. I personally would have preferred a Nico ban, as the Seraphine was certainly really impactful.
Wrong team.
The most. Oh wait, what?
Illegal activity. You can't play it. We're playing format 1 Fearless. So they're scared
Oh,
of
that's right. I totally
the
forgot.
memory
I
of
totally
Paul
forgot. I'm
Seraphine.
dumb. I'm dumb.
You good? I'll pick it up.
Yeah, you're picking up the slack. Thank goodness. And they pick up the Sejuani. So they give
Kiwi,
away Viego.
Kiwi saying, "Let me show you some. This is the role it's intended to be played in. It might be your name, but I'm different. So let's see."
Wait, you're saying it's not a Vendetta Sejuani? Sejuani Lulu bot lane? What? What are you talking about?
I hope not, or I'm leaving.
That's understandable. Lulu early, that could really be easily punished. I love the Ashe Leona as response. I'm a little confused why they gave the Viego to Freklatz, as that's certainly one of his most comfortable junglers. They probably could have kept Brand, Viego, Asol as bans. And giving away Seraphine's probably not the end of the world.
And the Ashe Leona plays very well in the Lulu. Lulu is a lane bully. Lulu is an enchanter that has a unique playstyle. You can 1v2 a lane just walking up pressing EQ. Leona nullifies that. Okay, we get a Sivir lane. Bubba, I could tell you now, Bubba is not even happy that he's playing in a Sivir lane. He hates that champion so much.
This is going to be a miserable game for the Sivir Lulu, to be honest. Because Sivir is so short range, and the Lulu's a lane bully, but when she's not able to walk up, she is so depressed, like playing into like a Lux or any sort of mage that prevents her from being able to auto attack freely. The Leona, if she walks into past level 2, she's just gonna get EQ'd and then go straight to hell. So yeah, not a big fan of Red Side picks so far.
Here's a hot take. And I love that Twix said it. Imagine Mike picking Sivir because you don't want to take cleanse.
That's true.
He knows he can't take cleanse or he's gonna get bitched on stream by everybody. So he has to go Sivir into this lane.
Yep.
Play Sivir base, cleanse based.
Oh, is it Zach top or Zach mid? Probably Zach top. I don't think
Probably
Andy's ego would let him play Zach mid.
Yeah, I think it's Zach top. He picked a Malphite. Interesting. Who are we gonna take?
He hasn't unlocked cleanse yet. Man, that is fucking unlucky.
Veigar.
Wow, Sivir is really not gonna be able to play the game. Yeah, he needs Ghost. Sivir really needs Ghost. Don't tell him what Sivir's art does. Play pretty nice long range.
Oh, I finished my food. Okay, hallelujah. Here we go. Finally.
If Sivir can be put in the cage, the Veigar cage, she cannot play the game.
You don't like the Veigar in this scenario in case it's really fed? I don't hate it, and this is why. Because, like you say, you put any of them in a cage and they don't have an ability to get out. You have Leona, Zac, Viego, Ashe. It's hard to miss a skill shot on somebody that's in a cage. And Veigar's Andy's extremely comfortable on the Veigar anyway, so I think he's going to lane extremely well in a way. I'm just hoping to see this way get abused. I don't think it will because Fraxion, like we say, is a very safe mid. He understands his role. He's a good player. So I don't think he's as abusable as a lot of other mid laners, like we said last game. But I think there's a lot of agency. I think once Andy gets Shuralias, you might see him on the map a lot more than you would typically see a Veigar on the map. Just because of their early skirmishing and their pick. They have really good pick potential with the Veigar. Interesting.
Yeah, as long as the Veigar can put the Sivir in the cage, I think Sivir just has to blow his flash every time, and once Sivir blows flash, dead every single time she tries to walk up at all.
I think the only problem with this Veigar pick is the Malphite. So I would love to see a third item Verdant Barrier just to nullify this Malphite's ability to just press R on Andy and he can get caught out. We saw the only way that they lost last game was Andy walking up too far, getting caught, leading to, everybody trying to save Andy, which led to 5 people dying. this team's willing to die for Andy, and I think that's a problem in itself. But yeah, I think you need a verdant barrier on this Veigar for it to be able to live in this game. You got Malphite. It's Malphite Sejuani. Two long range pick abilities. You're both able to dive this Veigar. I think it's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I think 2v2 bot. I think it's gonna be a stalemate just because nameplate's on. I don't think Madav and Yumi bot are gonna be comfortable enough to skirmish. Mike and Bubba. Mike and Bubba are considered the best bot lane this season. I wouldn't disagree either. So I think it's going to be a stalemate. I think they're going to sack waves. I think Andy's got them on the Ash Leona duty like he had his entire team on last season. And I think they just look to scale in with Viego, Veigar, and then the insane pick potential they have.
Yeah, as long as they play around their pick potential with maybe playing with Leona R from Fog, Ash R from Fog, Zac from Fog, Viego from Fog, they have a really good chance of being able to just pick off one key member of Red Side. But these team comps feel a lot closer in terms of what they want to do, and compared to last game. But I mean, last game was incredibly close, very crazy, filled with very crazy team fights where they could easily go one way or the other. And so yeah, it's another very interesting game we could have right here.
And thank you to whoever the mod is that's doing the fucking prediction thing. That's one thing I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm glad one of you guys are fucking on it. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Mwah. Here we go. Game 2. We're heating up. Bubba, nearly 300k on Lulu. What a loser. I totally don't have like 300 and something K, but that's besides the point. Let's go. Interesting game 2, and we said it. We said it's illegal activities. Hardest fought battle since the season started. And even through adversity, they prevailed last game. I really, not only myself, but you, a lot of other people in the chat, they doubted the draft and everything. Some people are questioning. Maybe we should check Andy's PayPal. I don't know.
That is a question. Maybe Bubba was able to somehow pause the game without us realizing it, and driving over to Andy's house and maybe persuading him to walk a little too far forward.
4 times. They're setting up here, though. They're setting up.
It's creative. I like it.
Yeah, they want Andy fed on this bike. Willing to stick the bot lane mid just in the hopes that Frakshan would walk up maybe to center stage, some would say. But Frakshan, a little bit too accustomed to the bullshit. Sorry, I didn't even fucking fix this shit.
Fuck sakes. Thankfully, it is a crit Sivir, not lethality Sivir this game. So if Sivir can auto-attack this game, she can certainly go off with her W. But again, I think blue side has a lot of really good pick potential for being able to take advantage of potential mispositionings. But we'll see. It's a long game we got ahead of us.
Bubba recognizing if he wants to bully them, he has to do it level 1. What did we take on Yumi bot here, level 1? We took Q. I would have loved to seen a Zenith Blade start. I think you could have punished Bubba with the Zenith Blade.
Yeah, Ash being so strong level 1, I would have loved that as well. But I know that Yumi bot's not necessarily as comfortable on tanks, as I remember hearing that this person is more of an enchanter player. So
Correct.
Maybe they just felt that this was good for the comp rather than for comfort.
Yeah, Zenith Blade goes wide, gives Bubba free range to walk up and just poke. And this is what Lulu does. You give her free reign. And he did opt for the E.
Sejuani looking top early. 4 camp clear to top.
Spooky action
Is that-
could be full in here. No.
Very nice.
Kiwi had to
Looks like they
save
wasted
Q
their
there.
CC. Mm-hmm.
Engaging with the Q, yeah.
Them.
Engaging with the Q is rough. You at least burn flash there if you hold on to it. Blacklad's looking
And
for Kiwi
Reklats
though.
is up. He's up a level and finished 2 camps, so his clear is going to be up a lot faster, and overall lead him to a significant advantage in the jungle.
Yeah, Reklat's already 4 down on the jungle item. That's a very early lead.
They're the gank, and away has to burn flash.
I don't know if Andy missed the cage there on the Hui, or Hui flash tick perfectly. Would like to believe it's the latter.
It's hard
Flashless
to
Hui.
tell.
Yeah, flashless Hui, that's extremely punishable with the Vigar cage.
Diego pathing down. The Sivir and Lulu are a bit pushed up. If the Leona wants to go in and get onto the Lulu.
Lulu's gonna fall.
Lulu
there.
burns flash for some reason. They can keep going on the
Yeah.
Sivir. Good W by the Lulu. Well,
And they're both
Reklats.
gonna fall. And that's the power of Ashe Leona. I mean, yes, Viego is a huge proponent in that skirmish there, but really well played from Yumi. But the flash follow up, knowing that Sivir doesn't have E, really well played. And that's all sums, bar an ignite, gone on the side of illegal activity. Same to be said
Yeah,
for In Memory of Paul. Bar flash on
just
Ashe.
incredible overconfidence from the Sivir. Unfortunately, steps a little bit too far forward, thinking that he can trade back a little bit, and gets absolutely taken advantage of. Now they have no sums. The Viego could easily, if he wanted to, he could start topside because his Gromp should be spawning Sid and just path bot and look to return to kill bot and then take Dragon immediately afterwards. But it looks like he's going to take Krugs. Maybe look for Drag in response as Viego hovers around Dragon as well.
Luckily, with the pressure that Bubba's been able to create in the bot lane, Mike's been able to just free hit CS. So they're going to come back to the lane here on even footing, at least for the ADCs. So not as big a lead as you would hope, but still extremely well played from In Memory of Paul. Both TPs up here if they end up deciding they want to do the strike. This should be Fraction falling with no flash. Big W there from Reklats. Gonna give this one to Andy, I feel.
It's no mana. Nice.
And that's the problem. Once you're middle of the wave, but gotta be careful.
But Viegas should be able to take down the first set of grubs for free. Sejuani pathing down bot.
They got really good vision. In Memory of Paul have really good vision on the bot side jungle here. So they're going to see if Sejuani starts up Dragon. And Sam might just opt to go into topside jungle and just take a few more camps from Kiwi.
The Ashe E showing that his Krugs are up, but chickens are down.
I think if you're in Memory of Paul here, you just look to sacrifice this Dragon. I don't think it's worth the effort. There's a 3-0 up. You have a Vigar scaling. I don't know if this is a fight you want.
4v4, the Viego's a little bit stronger.
But they catch out Hui once again. No ult on Andy, though.
Lulu Polymorph takes down the Hui. Able to pick up the Hui. Should be able to fear. And they take down Lulu as well. 2 quick kills immediately after the Dragon is taken down. Pretty good response.
Never mind. I will shut my mouth. Reklats find an angle. Maybe even able to get Kiwi here. Ult coming up on the side of Andy. 3 seconds. He knows he's just going to walk up. Please don't flash for it, my friend.
A tank turret.
Take a turret shot. This is...
Doesn't even use his R. He flashed.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Hey. Not as clean as it should have been, but it's okay. A flashless Vigar in the mid lane. Doesn't know he's on a ward, though.
Yeah, but why was he tanking? That's the problem. He shouldn't be tanking there. Oh. Oh, and they're trying to kill the Sivir immediately afterwards. The Sivir doesn't have her E. The egg. Oh no!
Guys!
It's a mess.
Guys! What is
It's
going
a horror
on?
show. It's an absolute horror show.
It's been so clean for the early stages of this game. Let's not piss it away like we did last game. Let's relax. You guys got a lot of gold. You guys got grubs. You guys got dragon. You got like 3 kills. Just reset and spend. Spend your gold. All that money will weigh you down. It goes to your head. Take the hard hat
How
off.
did Lulu get both of those kills?
Because it's a
That is
support diff.
incredible. Support gap. Holy.
This Lulu's gonna have sensor before you know it.
Unfortunately, it is not season 7, so that does not matter.
No, you're right. Fraction once
The
again.
Leona gank. He forgot which team he was playing into.
Fraction does have flash. Oh.
Oh, and he misses his R.
Yep. And that's unfortunate if you're Fraction. That's happened 3 times. But Bean coming in with another
Solo kill?
solo bolo? Okay.
Oh.
It's a Bean diff.
Someone's got to ban this Malphite away from this man. My god, what a menace.
And if I'm Bean, I'm pissed at my team right now. Winning 1v1. Yeah.
Oh, it's true. True.
Let's check the gold though. Let's see where. So 1,000 gold lead in the mid lane here for Andy. Look at the difference in the jungle. The jungle gold difference is a huge proponent to all the success that In Memory of Paul are having in this game right now. Even a 400 gold, nearly 500 gold lead for the ADCs in the bot lane. Oh, Kiwi.
The Leona has a pretty good ult onto the Sejuani and slowing down the Sivir so that they're not able to follow up. Overall, well played by Yuumi bot.
Yeah, good flash, recognizing do it sooner rather than later. Just get out of harm's way. Let's not give any stupid kills over to Mike. We saw the potential Mike has if he gets a lead. I'm interested to see how this mid game goes here. Kiwi needs to get out on the map. Needs to have some agency. He's got 0 KP right now. It's Sejuani. This is going to be, yet again, 6 grubs.
6 grubs. They don't really have a split pusher who's going to be able to take advantage of it as much as possible, but it's still nice to have, I suppose.
It always helps when chipping away at these early platings, you know, in the mid game when we're trying to make a play on the opposite side of the map. 6 grubs, like you say, it just feels nice, even if you're not using it to its full potential.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they're behind Drakes this time. They were behind Drakes at this point last time. They sacrificed Drakes for grubs, but they were able to get the first set of grubs and rotate to Drake and get that too. So, if you are illegal activity here, do you sack this second Drake and just try and play for gold, or do you contest it?
That's Mountain Drag. It could be pretty nice, but Sivir's probably not going to be able to get item in time. No, absolutely not going to be able to get the item in time. So they just have a significant gold advantage in terms of item spikes from blue side, so I think they probably should sack it.
This first item is going to be static. Who's on? Sorry, I didn't see your message.
No, it is Kraken.
Think it's Kraken?
Yeah, because Kraken builds out of recurve.
Okay.
Static needs a Kerchai's shard.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right. Anyway, huge shutdown.
The flash.
Onto the
goes
Ash.
a little bit too far forward.
Rek'Lat's able to just walk out. Bean does have ult here. He's searching for something.
Yeah, they get the Malphite TP, which is pretty nice. The Sejuani spawns in time for drag, so they could look to take it.
And I think they just sacked this. They have 6 grubs in the top lane. They just look to answer, get some plates onto your Zac, potentially even get the full turret. That's a huge shutdown going over to Mike. That's I mean, all I'm saying is we pressed X, he was 1,000 goals down. Next time I press it, he's 500 up. In memory of Paul, they silenced me once when I said it was stupid going for Dragon. Can they do it again? They got to be so
Leona goes a
careful of
little
this
bit far
Malphite.
forward. Oh, here comes the Malphite. The Malphite's just gonna flash off.
And this is AP for Andy. That's all. He doesn't care. This is all AP. Mikhail's is indeed a crutch for bad players. Anything that removes CC. You're a certified burger if you take cleanse, so I've been told. Soul Nugget. Dropping dollars, dude, like usual.
The bank account's looking nice and healthy. Oh, and not like this way. This way is caught out again. He has flash if he wants to try and get away, but he uses it, and the Leona's still able to hit the R.
Really well played. Really well played from Mike. That Yumi bot. Sorry. Holding the ultimate, knowing that Fraction still has flash, walks up while he's in the cage and just forces the flash out. Really well played from Yumi.
Ooh, that Ashar goes a little bit wide.
Yeah, but 3v2, there's no support.
There's Veigar caught up with a Malphite in the Sejuani potentially. The Malphite doesn't have R, but should be able to catch up to him in time. Well, he doesn't get the kill, unfortunately. Oh no, Sejuani flashes for it, even the Malphite was going to be able to pick up.
Sejuani getting the shutdown. Bean probably not too happy about that. Definitely still had enough movement speed off the back of that Q.
Yeah, Bean's probably slinging some slurs in chat right now, but he's been playing pretty well this game in terms of his impact from helping them get that second drag by TPing in and picking up Andy's flash a little while ago so that they're able to pick up that kill as well. Now they're looking for Herald as their bot is able to pick up the bot turret. Veigar TPing in if they could potentially look to fight this. Oh, which is a little too late.
Andy used to be a huge proponent of the Shirelia's Veigar. Oh, Fraction once again caught out. That cage is causing him a world of trouble this game.
I believe he's actually played this literal matchup before. I believe they played Veigar into Hui last season.
Ooh.
Oh, there goes the Sivir R and the Flash and Lulu R for some reason. Leona R trying to get the Sivir.
Solar Eclipse close, just going a little bit wide.
Viega's a little greedy.
Yeah, Sam gotta be careful here. That's the cage to fall back to.
Oh no. The Sivir walks up way too far forward.
No flash, gets punished. And Sam, looking to get busy with the Sivir pick here. Actually, I'm barely able to walk out of that cage alive again.
Yeah, the worst part about that team fight, or whatever you could have called that, maybe a skirmish, is the Sivir did end up wasting her flash. So next team fight should go even worse for them if the Sivir mispositions.
Yeah, and I think if you're in memory of Paul, I like what they're doing here. Drop Andy into this side lane. The only other tier 1 on the map is this bot lane. I think you play for this. And in memory of Paul, like to play with, you know, numbers advantage around Andy. Andy's got to play carefully here, though. Although it's only Hui, he does not know. So opting to take a reset here, really smart. Sam is level 11 on this Viego in comparison to the level 9 on Sejuani. This is why we don't give Sam Viego.
Yeah, just his comfort on it and his ability to take advantage of the map by essentially full clearing and knowing where the enemy jungle should be most of the time. That just allowed him to really, really make full use of this Viego.
Yeah, he's playing extremely well. Did a gold difference, my friend? I got you with the gold difference. It's 1,000 in the bot lane, 2,000 in the mid lane. Oh! Here we go for a ride, baby!
He's running it down.
Give me that Give me that turret falling straight into the arms of In Memory of Paul.
They use the
Lulu
Luluar.
is not going to
And
mean
he's just
anything.
gonna go.
Somebody take this man's license away from him. That is incredible. Love the passion coming out from Kiwi, though. Somebody's got to
Love
get
the
stuck
passion.
in. And he finished the death cap, too. Let's check the AP numbers from this guy already. 650. We're 18 minutes into this game, and it's a 650 ability power Vigar. Yeah, we got problems this game.
He has 234 stacks already, and then putting him in the side lane, just free farming it's gonna get out of control even more.
Looking for a free pick up here, or what they assume is a free pick in spooky action.
Should be able to E away, and he's totally fine.
Gets to fly as a squirrel. Love that. What are them? Sugar
Love that for
gliders.
him.
Call them a sugar glider.
What?
Them sugar gliders are the fucking cutest animals on the planet, mate. I like flying squirrels.
Nice.
Sedge Lover taking a bit of abuse.
Oh,
Might just want to walk away here.
Sure.
Probably dead.
Oh, it was a pretty good Sedge Lover, but that's 300 gold in Viego's pocket, so.
Report jungle. If I'm Sam there, actually, mate, Sam is big brain. He lets Madav die, reset the gold on Hui, then pick it up. No, that's smart. I'd let my ADC die as well.
True. Yeah, that's in response for his gameplay as Sejuani last game. Sam not too happy, clearly.
No? Hey, I'm a proponent of sometimes you gotta take punishment. Ask the Boston Tea Party. We have a punishment chat in the Discord. Ko is a regular in that chat.
That's right.
He would have Tai Tai, and don't you ever forget it.
So the Veigar matching up against the Malphite is probably fine, unless they send more members down to kill the Veigar.
You would think
Otherwise-
fine, but yeah, I think if there's anyone that can kill this Vicar right now, it's potentially the Malphite. He does have a little bit of magic resist. Rek'Lat's just not stepping off the...
Oh!
Double
Does he
flash
kill him
from
in
that.
time? Oh, this is so greedy from Rek'Lat, giving a big shutdown over to the way. What a chaotic
Bubba's
game.
gonna fall. They're gonna get a return. Spooky Action's gonna fall.
And lose his passive as well.
That's unfortunate. That's if you're in Memory of Paul, you don't want to make the same mistake you made game one. Stop punishing this Wei. Wei is out of the game. She's one item. She's so far behind. Killing her does nothing. Play for what you need. You need tier 1 bot. You need to open this map up. You need to look to put your foot on the gas elsewhere. Wei has already been put behind. Mike on the Sivir. That's where your target should be. Or map objectives. Sam
Well,
just...
even if Hui is an incredibly important target to be able to pick out before a team fight, which Hui kind of is, but overforcing there is just showing the same symptoms of what caused game 1 to go so wrong.
Yeah, and your only backup when you're making that play is Zac. No disrespect to Spooky Action, he's played extremely well. Zac's looking pretty good, but that's not damage. You haven't got somebody to fall back on that's going to be able to save you, especially if you go that deep. But
Yeah,
Andy,
the moment he gets the Hui flash, I think he should just back off.
I checked 3 minutes later, Andy's got an extra 100 AP to his name. That's before he resets. He's sitting on 1,600 gold. Gonna be able to get another component. There's Crypt Bloom, I believe he'll be going. His third item.
Very close. He's actually 100 gold off of Crypt Bloom. Right before this potential fight coming up around Dragon. If he could get that, that would certainly be pretty huge, but the only really big magic resist items that are built on red side is on the Malphite with the Hall of Radiance and Merc Treads.
And we had
as well as the Canic.
We have no TP here on Bean's Malphite. Oh, Bubba getting
Uh-oh.
clawed out.
He DC'd.
Is this true?
It said he disconnected.
Oh.
Oh.
That,
Gonna put an asterisk next to this game.
yeah, there's an asterisk. Especially on Mike's mind. We'd have won the game if it wasn't for the DC. That's what you know. That's the angle.
I like this little negotiation. It's okay if the Malphite gets to 1v1 Veigar in the Dragon Pit. I'd like to see that.
Veigar doesn't want it. He doesn't fancy his odds in that 1v1, and I don't blame him.
He's not that guy? Come on.
Andy is not that guy. He wants to win. He doesn't care if he's got to play dirty to get it. Neither does Madav. Madav snapple eat that Lulu.
Bet he did.
Okay, so while we're in this pause, let's talk about the way the map is currently laid out. We have Dragon up in 20 seconds. Bubba's death time is 21. We have 2 dragons already on the side of illegal activity. In memory of Paul, need this dragon. We can't have the same incident that we had last time. Yes, it's only a cloud dragon, but you still don't want him to have it.
Mhm.
People like Siva loves a cloud dragon. You know, even Malphite, once you ult, you get all this movement speed to play the fight how you want. There's a lot of people on illegal activity that will like to have a cloud soul. We're in a similar position we was last game.
Yeah, Lulu's respawning in 20 seconds, essentially right as drag spawns, should mean it would be a losing team fight for red team, but they're likely going to be losing this team fight regardless, as Hui is down a full item and the Veigar is just going to be able to zone them off so incredibly well alongside the rest of their team in terms of how much zoning potential they have. So I'd like to see maybe a potential Baron trade for drag if they can get over there fast enough. Unfortunately, there is a ward right by the entrance to Baron for the most part. So the only way they would be able to sneak it is if they could come through the back of the pit, and I don't think there's a plant up right now.
And I think I'm chatting bollocks. I don't think it's Cloud Soul. If my memory serves, in memory of Paul got the first dragon and it was Cloud. I think it's bugged. I think it's actually Ocean Soul. It's Ocean or Mountain, if my memory serves. And I'm pretty
So
sure they
as you
got
can
the first
see,
one.
if you can see I mean, I think it is as well, because if you look up where Zac is standing, just right above him, you can see that the pillar shows like a wind sort of animation or whatever it is, which should mean that it's Cloud Soul, but
Oh, it is. Yeah, the ring. I'm just a
they
fucking
did
bozo.
pick up. I feel like they did pick up Cloud Drag second. Oh, they got first too. Then it is.
Get stole? I don't know. Maybe I'm chatting bollocks. I don't know. Who
I know they
cares?
got the Mountain Drag. Oh yes.
It's
They just had control over the area. That's right.
Oh, we
Leono
pause
jumping
into
right
a
onto
fight.
Sejuani. Zac's going a little bit far forward. Uh-oh.
We get the freeze frame. Freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
Who's winning the fight? Say it quick.
I mean, Sivir Untouched can definitely go off. It looks
be
like
red side,
Sivir is
no?
going pretty hard. Yeah, it looks like Red Side is winning this team fight so far. Malphite has ult up. The Sivir has full HP. The Sejuani is essentially still full HP.
Have like a cooldowns.
Oh, here we go. There's Malphite. The Sejuani is ult. Oh, big orange onto the Veigar as well as the Zac. Oh, the Sivir's going off.
This Sivir is causing problems, and he might fall to this. He will. Huge ult coming out from Fraction. Bean turning the tides of that fight. Getting the ultimate off. And I said it. I would have loved to have seen a third item Banshees from this Veigar here. I think it's the only way that they're able to win this game is if they catch this Veigar.
And I like seeing them go to try and force the Baron, as this should give them a significant gold lead. And should put them in a pretty good position.
Sam can steal this, though. It's the only thing that you've got to worry about on illegal activity is Rek'Lats being able to enter the pit.
He has no flash, no R. They should have pretty good enough zoning with the Hui. Hui really good E ability there.
They're here, though. 3,000, 2,000.
Very slow.
DPS slowing down. 1,000.
Sejuani is able
out.
to pick it up. The Malphite falls. Oh no, the Sivir falls immediately afterwards. Then goes to Sejuani. The Malphite's gonna fall in turn.
Really good targeting here from Yuumi. And that's really going to be, unless the Baron comes in. Oh, that's going to be 5. 5 members of illegal activity for the Baron. Looked like in memory of Paul there, we're looking to let Bubba get away unscathed, given the DC shenanigans, but Andy saying no. And that's going to be Cloud Drake number 2 going over to In Memory of Paul. Still would love to see this tier 1 go, by the way. Why is this tier 1 still up on the map?
Gone.
Really good team fighting coming in there. Rek'Lats was enough of a threat for them to slow DPS down. I think if they didn't all stutter so much and just hit the Baron, they would have been in and out quick enough to avoid having to fight.
Yeah. It's just really challenging playing around this particular Baron Pit, as obviously the Baron Pits change based on the game, as it's fairly random. If it was a more open one, they would absolutely have no problem with getting out, but just they were very disconnected with. Some of them were trying to get out, while some of them were still stuck in the Baron Pit, and it just cost them really poorly.
If you're In Memory of Paul, you get to sigh. A huge sigh of relief. It was looking like it was going to be, you know, a reenactment from what happened game 1.
And we see the Verdant Barrier from the Veigar.
Very smart pickup. Would have loved to seen it 3rd, but I guess he values the Crit Bloom and the pen and the heal that it gives a lot more over the survivability. I think he trusts his team enough, especially Yuumi, but he's not afraid to put his body in front of Andy's. I mean, look at him now. That's a support if I've ever seen one.
Oh, the Malphite doesn't realize that the Veigar has Verdant Barrier, so the Malphite ult doesn't do anything. The Ashe is obviously going to get murdered, though, by the rest of their red team. Veigar's just going to play it slow. Huge damage to the Sivir. He accidentally ults the Malphite instead of the Sivir, but the Sivir had E, so likely wouldn't have killed.
Forcing out some summoners there, too. Flash coming out from Mike. That's rough. You kind of want Flash in this next fight. Andy, recognizing that there's no threat now, Sejuani and Malphite ults down, he's willing to play the same way he played the Anivia game. Front line. So I hope it doesn't bite him in the butt. Similar fashion.
Yeah, there's no big objectives coming up right now. Oh no, the Hui gets caught out. Gets poked on a little bit by the Veigar.
And that's damage. Look at the stacks. 388 stacks. 1,018 AP.
They are into the Leona. Malphite in the cage. Hui gets hit by the cage again. Malphite gets hit by the cage as it's expiring. Ashe coming back up. Ashe no R for a little bit. Leona's a little bit too far forward. Jumps onto the Sivir to try and do anything, but still falls.
And he has no mana. They really need to get out here.
Viego pushing out bot. Could that be exploited? No, he just walks away. Oh, Hui a little bit too far forward, but is able to get the fear off in time. Oh no, the Zac goes.
Whoa! We
Flash
don't.
R in.
Andy TPing in too. I don't know about this. This might be another one of them overcommittals. Flash ult from Andy on the way though. Looking to do some damage here. Really wanting this tier 1 it seems. Shurelya's pop from Bubba. They're posturing. They want to fight. They have the Malphite ult. Verdant Barrier's down. Mindful ult on Andy. We have Seraph's Embrace. Andy's able to just walk away. Gonna pick up both these kills. Rek'Lats on the back line, just rinsing through the Sivir and the Lulu ped with Ashe. Huge arrow coming in from Madav as well. That's gonna be tier 2, potentially inhibit a fall in here for him, illegal activity. Really well played.
Yeah, 6 grubs is going to absolutely tear through the space. The only target that's going to be coming up soon that's important is the Hui. Hui in 10 seconds. The Lulu's coming up in 15. The Sivir coming up in 20. They might just be able to do it here.
This might just be game. That's GG. Andy's Veigar.
I think so.
The problem with that fight there was they blew everything on Andy, getting the Verdant Barrier gone. Then their Malphite ult. The only problem is they completely forgot about the flank coming in from Rek'Lats. Really well played from Rek'Lats to exploit the fact that Mike and Bubba had no front line in front of them. Really good series.
Yep.
Really good series, extremely good to watch. 13-3, stellar performance on Andrew there. And obviously, huge kudos for the rest of his team too. Playing around him extremely well. Reklats, even Madav's got some really good arrows that game. Yumi with some great roams on a Fracture and caused a lot of problems. So that's a 1-1 series. Really good 1-1 to watch. Really, really nice. So my question to you is, because both teams won a game, we're going to delegate 2 MVPs here. One to Illegal Activity, one to In Memory of Paul. Talk to me about game 1. I think it's clear cut who should receive the MVP award. Well, not as clear cut as
I don't think it is.
I
think
agree.
it's pretty clearly between Bubba and Mike. I think Mike for being able to output the DPS, but I think Bubba's engages, as well as Fraction's engages, were really, really important and pivotal to them being able to win those team fights. And them just playing really slow and playing really good macro overall led them to taking advantage of whatever their team's name, honor of Paul's mispositioning.
Yeah, I think it's harder to immediately. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't say it's very one sided and obvious who we should give it to. Bubba's Nico was incredible, and like you say, I think if Bubba doesn't hit as many 4-man ults as he did, Mike wouldn't have had such an easy time. But I think just from the sheer damage numbers alone, 91,000 damage on Ezreal in a game where there's 3 frontliners, he had to play that shit almost to perfection to be able to scrape the win. And scrape the win they did. It was not an easy, it was hard fought. So just for all that, I think I'd give MVP in game 1 to Mike Tarantino. In game 2, talk to me about game 2. Who do you think deserves MVP of game 2?
Game 2, I think it looks pretty clear cut because Andy was just so dominant in this game. But at the same time, the reason why he was so dominant was because his team was playing so hard around him. They're kind of sacrificing bot lane. Top lane was kind of on an island, and so Reklats and Yumibot were really helping him out a lot in the mid lane to get ahead. So I would say that I might favor giving it to Reklats because he was just able to control the map really well. But Andy's ability to DPS was incredibly important as well, obviously.
Yeah. The only I would like to fight on behalf of Yumibot. I think Yumibot probably ganked mid the same amount of times Reklats did with the same success rate. Yes, sacrificing bot a little bit, but how often do we see a support make so many impactful plays that put Andy in a position to carry? Usually we see it from Reklats. We expect it from Reklats, and Reklats does it phenomenally well. But when do we give fucking MVPs to supports, man? Let's show some love to all the support players. I would like to give it to Yumi in this, and I don't think Andy would argue the fact too. I think Andy knows what Yumibot did for him was, a huge proponent as to why he was able to get so far ahead.
I totally agree. I think that's totally fair to give it to Yumibot as well, especially since Yumibot's not as comfortable on tank or engage supports, as at least that's what I've heard personally. So it's just a really great performance on something that's not as comfortable on, and playing something more for the team comp rather than in terms of what they feel most comfortable on.
Lovely. Well, we're in agreement then. Fuck Redlax, fuck Andy. They're the stars of this team. We know it. Yumibot MVP game 2. Let's get Mike in here for the first interview from game 1, and we'll talk about that a little bit. This is the awkward part where we got to be silent while we hope that he's on his way, and he's not gone to... There he is. Yo, how's it going? Talk to me. How do we feel about the series? How do we feel about game 1, game 2? Just rattle off some things right now. How are you feeling?
I feel like maybe just banning Vigar is an answer here. That thing has fucking rolled us every time.
Yeah, Andy Vigar is not to be trifled with. I guess I want to ask the question first is, game 1, were you guys at all worried? You guys were on the back foot, I feel, up until you got the Hextech Soul. It was looking very shaky, especially with draft and whatnot. Talk to me about that. How did you guys compose yourself and be able to scrape back the win?
There was a bunch of talk about us not drafting damage, I feel like, but if you look at the enemy team, I don't see any damage either. It was just Anivia. Like the fasting Senna's not doing anything. The fucking Skarner, Renekton, and Sejuani aren't doing any damage. So we catch out us Anivia with Seraphine ult and Nico, and it's just what do they do? They can't trade back.
True. There was a lack of damage. Do you think if Madav doesn't pick Sejuani ADC or tank DC, whatever the fuck you call it, if you pick a tank in that role,
I think they need to figure out something bot lane because playing traditional ADCs is not how that team wins. No, second game they did win with it, but I don't think that had anything to do with it, right?
I would argue there was some good arrows there.
It's Ash. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's it. What about game 2? Talk to me about game 2. Where do you think it all went wrong in game 2?
We just left Cam on an island, really. We were aware going into the game that we needed to help. It's the Viego Vigar that we've seen a lot. Between last season and this season, we just had to be more aware and help out. Maybe the Sivir pick wasn't great. Maybe the Lulu pick wasn't what we needed. We just needed to be a bit more aggressive bot lane.
Mm-hmm. Nice of you to recognize that it's not his fault. It's just that guy. Yeah.
No, he got 3 man on cooldown, and we did nothing to help him. So collectively as a team, we needed to do better to help him out.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are 5-1 now, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you feel like this was the hardest game that you're gonna have the entire season, or do you think you got some other harder games?
If we 2-0 this game, we are going undefeated. So, one loss, it is what it is. But the rest of the league, guys better watch out. That's all I'm saying.
Love that. And if you had to give honorable MVP to anybody on the enemy team, who are you giving it to from game 1 and 2? I want to hit 2 different names.
Game 1, it's got to be probably Andy. I feel like no one else on the team really did much game 1. Like, Skarner had some good ganks, but like at the end of the day, it was just kind of Skarner. Then game 2, probably either the jungler or the support. They both really played well, just ganking mid.
Mm-hmm. You got anything to add, Mike? Cam?
No. I think you pretty much summed up all of my points that I was curious about.
Yeah, lovely. And you guys got a game scheduled for Sunday? I know there's a triple header on Sunday.
Yeah, we are against Freshy's team on Sunday.
Freshies, do you want to send any words out to Freshies team before we wrap this up?
I'm thinking about banning no champions on Sunday, just so we can see something. That's just kind of the vibe I got for that game. We might see the first ever no ban game.
Okay, I'm liking it. All right, well, you get out of it. We'll get the support in memory of Paul. Good game. Well played.
Quick shout out to the other team. It's always fun playing against them. It's a good series. Well played to you guys.
Lovely.
Later.
Peace. And that might be the nicest thing you have ever heard Mike ever say to anybody else ever. So I'm gonna give him a round of applause just for the shout out. That was
if they won 0-2, he would not have said that.
No, that was adorable. Let's drop down to Red Side because he doesn't have access to Caster's booth. Hello, Mike.
Hey. I'm like one of 70 mics on this league.
Yeah, but you're the Mike right now. You're the MVP of game 2. Talk to me. How do you feel?
Felt pretty good. I think coming in, kind of knew that we needed to play more around mid that game. I think game 1 we kind of had it and we just threw it and kind of reset a little bit, played a bit more aggressive rather than sort of just like taking up the ass in bot lane. But yeah, I felt pretty good. Played well. I think much better together, like being more intentional with our plays in game 2. In game 1 we kind of just were lost a bit at times, running around and getting caught, taking bad fights, staying too long. So clean it up a little bit for game 2.
What's your opinion on that Senna build? Do you think it's pretty normal, or what do you think?
I think, I mean, probably if I were to replay that, I think Lord Dom's third is the item. I thought we were going to be ahead enough that a rapid fire or something like that we would catch off Ezreal being the only damage threat. But then I think they positioned really well, and then they had 2 mega tanks at the end, and yeah, like that build does no damage against those 2. I think it was Ornn and Maokai, who were both on like 2-3 items. So in theory, if I had the angles for it, probably. But yeah, DPS wise was not pumping. And we tried this a couple times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think we're still playing around with it, and I think teams are catching on. I think we went into a Rammus one game with it, and so gotta kind of be smarter about when we pick it situationally and don't just slam it, because it's been shown that sort of like we need more damage threats across the team.
Mm-hmm. And do you guys feel like you should have won game one? Do you guys feel like there's one specific play that stood out to you where you guys lost the game, or do you think you guys were behind and you guys were playing? Just talk to me about that. How do you feel like it? What was the reasoning for you guys losing? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had the early to mid game pretty solid. I mean, I think top side was generally winning. We were making pretty solid plays around bot when possible. Like we were pushed in the entire time, but we kind of, you know, I don't think Ezreal got a ton of kills. He was 10 CS a minute, which is like, credit to them. They're like good players anyway, so I don't know if that's entirely accelerating who they are. But then I think towards the mid game, we got a lot of picks. We got Dragon. We got six. I think we got 6 reps, maybe.
You did, yeah.
Um,
You did.
yeah. So I thought we had it, and then towards the end, it was just I don't think I think we were yelling. Basically, tanks need to stand in front of Andy, who's just like walking up with Anivia and walling, and then everyone's like behind him, which doesn't really work. So, but Bubba had a couple of really, really good angles on the
Mhm.
LTs to catch Andy out, and then yeah, once Andy's dead, the entire team comp doesn't survive. In terms of like the mega tanks that are in front, you have an Ezreal who's just Omega strong, and so yeah.
You're
I
saying
felt
that Andy walked a little too far forward? Is that what you're saying?
no. We need to walk in front of him too. Yeah. I think the one play probably, I mean, the play that functionally ended it was probably the mid inhib where Bubba got a ulti. I think it was just on Andy solo, but it's
Yeah,
in
it
such a
was.
position
Mhm.
that the rest of the team just can follow. That's a bit split comms there, but I would say that's probably the one play that entirely lost us. But you could argue we were probably out of it a little bit, just build wise and scaling wise, 10 minutes
Yeah.
before that.
And then talk to me about the locker room at halftime. How do you guys go from such a devastating loss that you guys 100% should have won to transitioning into game two with a strong enough mental to perform the way you guys did? Because you guys performed extremely well.
I mean, initially, I think it was a bit quiet. Everyone sort of knew that we had it in the bag, and then we kind of threw it away. So the reset was, let's get more engaged. So it was pretty clear in the team comps, everyone had a go button. Get a bit more engaged, just be together on the fights a bit more, and then it was basically for the carries, we do need to just stand up. It's okay to like die for carries, right? Like that's kind of how it is. I think we get a
Mm-hmm.
bit scared of, Ezreal ult starts hitting fast, and then their Q starts slapping, and everyone starts backing off a little. It's okay to throw your body in front of that if Anivia gets a free hit. So I think the second game, just picking a bit more engaged, being more intentional while standing in front of our carries, and just creating space. We know Andy, we know Sam are really, really good players. They're gonna pump if they get the opportunity to, and we just play around that.
Lovely.
So in game two, when you picked the Leona, was that more for just the team comp as a whole, or are you fairly comfortable on the Leona?
I'd say like I'll play a bit of everything. I do like enchanters in general. Though like there's certain comps that make sense to have a bit more enchanters on the peel side, but I think the way we play right now, if like we want to like kind of create more opportunities, like picking like the Leo, but getting more engaged, like I think roaming's fine, right? Like could be lane dominant, like but I think you guys said it right. Like we got to figure out something on the bot side. Um, but I think we've shown that we're really flexible on the bot side. Trying different things, being able to play different things. I think in preseason we, brought out a random Yumi. So like we've shown a couple of things, but yeah, like it simplifies the game a lot when you have like a Leona and you are able to kind of, even if you just throw out random ults, they don't hit. That's fine, right? 60-second cooldown, try again, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So like being able to create plays a little bit more and just having the ability to start it and then back off, right? It's a bit non-committal. Really just gives us a bit more chances to get the picks that we need without sort of always playing from behind and hoping that they make a mistake or we make this like crazy macro play on the flank and we get them out of position. I think like every team sort of like playing together and learning to play it a little bit more will get coordinated over time, but right now that's like probably not the way to get the picks, right? You just kind of need the go buttons.
Yep. And do you guys have another game scheduled? If not, do you know who it's against at least?
I don't know. I'm gonna let my captain Sam tell me what that's. It's Sam's team. It's Andy's team. It's everyone's team. So it's not just Andy's team. But we'll let Sam, the captain, tell us when that happens.
Okay. And if you had to give MVP to somebody on the enemy team from game 1 and 2, who would it be? And I'd like to hear a different name.
Um,
each game.
I thought is it Froxon and Seraphine?
Yes.
I think Seraphine was actually really good. I know Bubba had a lot of engages. Mike was Vendetta, I think, was just pumping a lot of damage on the Ozil, but Seraphine kind of held it down, and it got really annoying towards the end game with just shooting spells out from Narnia, having a lot of good ultis, or just like generally zoning. I don't know what her damage numbers were at the end of the day, but
It was like 54k. Yeah, the Ezreal was at like 92, and then Seraphine was like 54. A lot of damage.
The next highest was like 20, 30k. It was the next highest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Seraphine game 1 played really well. Like, didn't make a ton of splashy plays early on, but it's Seraphine. You shouldn't really expect that. And then towards the late game, a lot of good speed ups, a lot of good CCs, and just creating zoning for the team. I think Fraction did really well. Game 2, I'd probably give it to like Sivir Vendetta. Was a bit behind, got ganked a lot, still able to have a pretty. I think he flamed Horizoned us like in the bot lane in terms of like CSing, and, like catching that, still be able to do a lot of damage, positioning well. Go cleanse next time against 5 characters CC, but
Okay.
outside of that, I think you did really well, even playing from behind and getting like really solid leads elsewhere. Still making teamfights scary, right? I think we were yelling like, make sure Sivir is accounted for. She's still really strong, and so like still a focus. Never really thought they were out of it when he can just AOE pump a lot of damage.
Lovely. Really like the way you summed that up. So yeah, I guess you don't know who you're playing against, but is there anything that you want to throw out there? Anything you want to say to other teams listening in?
No, I think the first season playing here has been really fun so far. Enjoying.
You're too nice, man. Let's try to bait you out to talk shit. Let's try to bait you out to talk shit. Yeah, you're too nice, man. No, support. I respect it, man. Respect it.
No. We're chill.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you very much for a banger of a series. 1-1. Extremely good. Thank you to Tuss for joining me in the booth.
One of these weeks. We'll go 2-0 one of these weeks.
I believe you. I definitely believe in you. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for everyone that tuned in to watch. Thank you to Cam for joining me to co-cast. Thank you to everybody. We'll see you guys. I believe the next game is Saturday. It's my team versus their team again. Guangdong Tigers versus Boston Tea.